Not sure what was going on with my camera. Anyway, hi again. I was given a suggestion for a video and I really like it. What do you get out of playing? Before I actually go on into the video, I'm just going to say that, disclaimer, BDSM is an 18 and up discussion. It is not really for minors. It is not meant for minors. And if you are a minor and you found kink on the internet, I highly recommend that you watch my video. That is a discussion for you guys. And you're extremely careful about how you portray yourself online and who you talk to, because the scene can be extremely dangerous if you don't already have a really solid idea of what you're interested in and what you're doing and how to be safe. Safety is my number one concern, and it should be everybody's. So if you are under 18, please click that little X at the top so you can close this window. Now that that's done, please click like, hit subscribe, and I plan on doing videos every Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. Anyway, today's discussion is going to be, what do you get out of playing? And that's not just what do you get, but what does your partner get out of it? And since this whole discussion is on safety, it actually ties in. So, for instance, I mentioned in one of my prior videos that there was somebody I knew who was weirdly interested in their partner's fibromyalgia, which, if you don't know, it's a nerve condition that makes you extremely sensitive and very prone to pain. And so this person, who is a predator, actually was interested in her chronic illness because it made her more sensitive. It made it easier to hurt her. And while pain can be an interesting dynamic in BDSM and kink sessions, play, relationships, the end goal should never be pain. I'm gonna pause and tell you guys something that I was told when I first got into the scene. A woman told me that she considers herself a masochist, but she doesn't enjoy pain. She doesn't like pain for the sake of pain. And she said, if I liked pain, I would just stick my hand on a hot stove burner. I don't like pain. I like what I get out of certain scenarios in which pain is involved. So the end goal should never be to hurt your partner. In any relationship, in any healthy relationship, the end goal should never be to hurt your partner. However, if there are certain instances in which the line between pain and pleasure can be crossed or played with to both people's benefit, to both people's comfort level, then that's okay, and that can be really fun. Going back to the couple I spoke of earlier, where the male dominant was weirdly interested in the female submissive's chronic illness, he made it very clear that his end goal was the pain. He got off on hurting people. That is abuse. If you get off on making your partner hate you, if you get off on making your partner want it to stop and feel like they can't, that is abuse. Your partner can go through a dominance submissive. The submissive can go through different emotions during a session, and one of them may be kind of hating their partner. And that can be okay if that's something that the submissive wants. If that's something that they are mentally capable of handling. I know one of the points that I like reaching is going, oh my God, I hate this, make it stop. Do I want it to stop? Do I really want to call red? Do I want to say yellow? Do I want anything to change? And then going, no, I can still handle this. I want to keep going. I want to push my what I feel are my physical limits. And that's a very dangerous game. That is not a game that I would play with just anyone. That is a game that I play with people that I trust immensely. Something else that I can just kind of throw in here, and I might speak a little bit more on in the future, is the concept of having a spotter. I mean, we're all familiar with the spotter in like a gym scenario. Like, you go to the gym, you're lifting weights, you've got a spotter to make sure that you don't overexert yourself, or to help like make sure that your form is correct. The same concept can apply in play sessions. So there was a scenario that my best friend, who knew me better than anyone, suggested that I do a scene with this other person that she knew. And because I didn't know this other person, the stipulation was that my best friend would be there watching me. She knows my signals, the way that I feel, the way that I like emote. And so the dominant was able to check in with me, who he was playing with, as well as my best friend, to be like, is Pixie telling the truth? Is Pixie really okay? Like, to make sure, so there was this like double layer to make sure that everything was totally hunky-dory. Never such a thing as being too safe. But going back to what do you get out of play, I want to give you homework. I want you to think about, what are your kinks? What are your fetishes? And what do you get out of them? Because the psychological aspect is in some ways more important than the physical aspect. Because one of the things that often slips through the cracks is people forget that you can end up causing or having psychological damage from what we do, how we play. I may have mentioned this before, but I fall under the line and opinion that there is no such thing as a 100% safe kink. That's not to say we shouldn't do everything humanly possible to make it safer, but I feel like there's always a risk, even in a 100% vanilla normal relationship. I feel like there's always a risk for some sort of damage or some sort of trauma, or you say the wrong thing and your partner takes it the wrong way and it becomes this huge thing, this big ordeal or this big fight. when if you just paused and thought for 45 seconds before you said something to begin with, the whole thing could have been averted. And that's doubly poignant in kink relationships. So we've already talked about playing with pain. What do you get out of that? Is it for me, it's a psychological push. It's seeing what my physical limits are. It's a way for me to be able to go, so that stress at work, that relationship issue, that whatever is going on in my life isn't so bad. I was able to handle X, Y, or Z. And it makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I can conquer the world. And kink is supposed to build us up. It's supposed to make us feel good. It's supposed to enhance our lives, not take away from it. If you feel forced into play, that's not okay. If you feel like your partner's into things that you aren't, and you're always like doing things for them and never getting anything in return, that's not okay. It's all about give and take. It's a power dynamic. It's even when you're the top and you're the dominant, it's about making sure that your submissive's okay. And even when you're a submissive and a bottom, it's about making sure that you get what you need. So I was going somewhere before I got sidetracked. I had another point that I wanted to hit about what we get out of play. But I don't seem to recall it at the moment. So if I think about it, then I will do another video. If I think about it today, I will erase this part and add it in. Either way, if you think there is something poignant that I missed, if you think there's something that should be touched on about what you get out of play and how that relates to safety, or if you just want to let me know what you get out of it, we've got the comment section below. If you're on your cell phone, scroll all the way to the very bottom and it'll pop up. And in the meantime, hit subscribe, hit like, something like that. And I will see you guys later. And my phone's dinging. Mwah.